Good morning, AAA members, and thank you for taking the time to join us today. We have a fantastic presentation on guided tours with Insight Vacations lined up for you. But before we begin, I want to go over some quick housekeeping. You will be muted throughout the presentation today, so if you have any questions, please feel free to type them into the questions box, and we will answer as many of the questions as we can at the end of the presentation. There are handouts included in the presentation that you're more than welcome to download and keep. Our travel professionals have these handouts and can walk you through the details. This presentation is being recorded and we'll be sending you a link to the recording by email after the event today. There will also be a short survey included in the email as well, so if you could please take a few moments and complete the survey for us, your feedback is greatly appreciated. We have Traveler Showcase presentations this week through Thursday, January 28th. So if you would like to see the full schedule of presentations and RSVP, you can do so at AAA.com/Traveler Showcase. And we will have information about how you can get in touch with our knowledgeable AAA travel professionals at the end of the presentation. With that said, we are pleased to have Insight Vacations join us today. Enriching lives of curious travelers since 1978, Insight Vacations specializes in guided departures led by well-experienced travel directors trained to deliver a stress-free journey with outstanding service and style. You can choose from a variety of smaller group trips and enjoy distinctive hotels, unique dining choices, and a deeper interactive experiences that are typically unavailable with independent travel. It is my pleasure to introduce our speaker today, Matthew Coles, Strategic Account Manager for AAA's preferred travel partner, Insight Vacations. Thanks for joining us today, Matthew.
Thank you, Nathan. I appreciate being here, and good morning, AAA members. As a matter of fact, I am very excited to bring to you today two specific itineraries, Italy and Croatia. But before we talk about those itineraries in particular, I wanted to talk a little bit about Insight Vacations and Luxury Gold and discovering the new blue and building it back and getting back to what you love with Insight Innovation. Well, first of all, I'm Matthew Coles, and like Nathan had stated, I'm the Strategic Account Manager for Insight Vacations, and I call the San Francisco Bay Area my home. And today we are going to travel a little bit through Italy and Croatia. Just to talk a little bit about Insight Vacations, we're part of the parent company called TravCorp. Travel Corporation is a company that is privately owned by a family, and under that umbrella of Travel Corporation is Insight Vacations, Luxury Gold, Red Carnation Hotels, which are those beautiful boutique hotels. There's about 20 of them around the world. Uniworld Boutique River Cruises, Trafalgar Tours, and a host of many others. I wanted to assure all of you today that the Tolman family is very financially secure. They've been in the business for 100 years. Here's the Tolmans. There's B. Tolman and Stanley Tolman and their children and grandchildren. It's family owned and operated, and we're financially stable, so you don't have to worry about where your funds are going. We're going to be around for a long time. We've been in business 100 years in 2020. Let's just talk a little bit about guided vacations and what the reality is versus the perception. So number one, the perception is a guided vacation it's a predictable route. But the reality with Insight Vacations, they're unique experiences you wouldn't otherwise have access to. The perception, guided vacations are being told information, where the reality is with Insight Vacations, it's a culturally immersive experience, and your discovery is through the local guides that are very knowledgeable about the area you'll be traveling through. The perception that guided vacations are very restrictive, whereas the reality is with Insight Vacations and Luxury Gold, you have more experiences as well as time available with no hassle at all. So why go on a guided vacation? First of all, the experiences that you'll be doing on your shore excursions are very unique. They're ungoogleable experiences. The groups were very small. we make a human connection. When you're a small group, you get an opportunity to make a human connection. And I'll talk about the different sizes of groups there are. Local authentic dining. As a matter of fact, we eat like a local. You'll have opportunities to dine in family homes or a local cafe. It's completely different than those mass market restaurants. Seamless and stress-free travel. All of the decisions have been made and you don't have to worry about planning anything. We really know how to bring the destination to life. So what is the Insight difference? Insight experiences with fantastic guides. We stay in style. All of our programs are 3.5 stars and above, and with luxury gold, it's all 4 and 5 star. Acclaimed travel directors and authentic dining. So with Insight Vacations, I just want to get a few things out of the way to make sure that you are comfortable and that you're booking with confidence. We give you a peace of mind promise. Once you hold a vacation with Insight Vacations or Luxury Gold, you have a 3-day courtesy hold, and then you can put a deposit down as little as $99, which is 100% refundable if you change your mind within 30 days. Also, we're committed to your well-being on our coaches, and I'll talk a little bit more about that, but don't worry about the cleanliness. Flexibility promise, once again, a complimentary 3-day booking hold and flexibility promise. If for some reason you change your mind, we'll either change the date for you or refund what you've given us as a $99 deposit within 30 days. Big news about small groups. So let's talk about groups a little bit. So we have 3 types of groups. We have our classic groups, which can be as large as 40 passengers, but our average is really only 33. Or we have a small group experience, which if you'd like to go on a guided vacation, that is a maximum of 24 passengers. But usually travels with around 18. And then we have a small private group bubble experience. For those customers out there that, let's say you want to travel with a couple of friends, you get 5, 6 couples together, that's 10 or 12 people. You can go on a small private group where you know everybody in your group for only 12 passengers, and that can be held just for you right out of the brochure. So an example, once again, the classic group, the average size is 33 with a maximum of 40 passengers. The small group is a maximum of 24. And once again, we have something new this year called small private groups, which is fewer as 12 guests. So how do we tread right? Well, back in the day, Insight Vacations is celebrating 12 years because we started the Tread Right Foundations. It's about giving back to the communities we serve and making sure that the areas that we visit with you are preserved for future generations. We #make travel matter. Whenever we travel, we make a point to give back to the communities that we serve, and we make a difference. And here's some examples. Travel as a force of good. Here's Christina Heron Foundation in Seville to make sure that the cultural experiences in Seville are sustained for future generations. Or Laboratorio Giudate in Perugia. She has a loom where she's been taught by her grandmother how to weave, and we're keeping that alive through the Tread Right Foundation by having funds available so she can pass that on to future generations. Or the Very Best Care Team, our travel director, our new well-being directors, and our diligent drivers, and our 24/7 support team. We have the very best in the business. We have a very professional travel director on board, and then for every one of our itineraries, we have a well-being director. What is a well-being director? A well-being director makes sure that the protocols for safety are adhered to along the journey, as well as a professional driver, and then we have a 24/7 support team for any needs that happen to pop up. So our comprehensive well-being approach, we have a support team are always on hand. hygiene and protocols for distancing for your well-being director, and 24/7 incident response. So what does that hygiene protocol and distancing mean? I just want to share with you that we are always going to be offering for every one of our coaches our Premium Purity Plus. It's a substance that we apply to the coaches, which offers a self-disinfecting. It's a saline type solution. It's a very expensive process, and only Uniworld and Insight Vacation and TravCorp is using that. We're using that on our Insight Vacation coaches, our Luxury Gold coaches, as well as our Red Carnation hotels and our Uniworld River Cruise ships. We're very proud of it. We're the only one in the business that is using Premium Purity Plus. The very best care team, our new well-being director. The new well-being director does make a point to make sure that the appropriate protocols are taking place for safety and hygiene. And if you forget some wipes or a mask, that's not a problem. If it's necessary and we need to travel with it, extras will be available for you. We also, in addition to a well-being director, have a travel director that is very knowledgeable about each of the destinations as well as English speaking. And then that diligent driver. All of our drivers are focused on safety and making sure you have the best possible experience while on your guided vacation. So let's talk about traveling in style a little bit on our coaches. We have double the legroom. Our coaches are like business class seating. So we take a normal 60-passenger motor coach and take out 1/3 of the seats so that we can stretch the seats out further so that you have a maximum viewing experience. As you can tell, the coach windows are very, very large. We also have that 24/7 support team if you need anything at all. So where do we go? We pretty much cover the whole globe, and please take a look at our latest brochure. It's also available online and through the AAA website. And if you're actually going into some of the AAA branches in Oregon and Idaho, we have brochures there available for you. So let's take some time today to talk a little bit about Europe, specifically Italy and Croatia. So we do have an online digital brochure, or you can contact your AAA travel office for a hard copy brochure. So let's get going. We're going to talk about all the sights and the insights of being up close and personal and comfort and in style with Insight Vacations. So number one, there's 5 reasons that guests love Insight. Number 1 is the Insight experiences, the delicious, authentic dining, traveling and staying in style, because remember, all of our hotels and properties that we stay at throughout the trip are all 3 to 4 to 5 star. You have that small group or camaraderie if you're traveling with just people that you know, or you might want to meet some new people and go on one of our classic trips. And remember, we keep this stress-free and seamless for you, so you don't have to worry about a thing. So up close and personal, we have a variety of dining experiences. An example is dining at a home with Nona and her family in Italy, where you can take some time to learn how to make some pasta with Nona as well. We also want to talk to you a little bit about the facts of Italy. Did you know that the wolf is Italy's national animal? Italy is home to the only active volcanoes in Europe, and there is a free 24-hour red wine fountain in central Italy. And that's where I'll be because I love red wine. And that the Vatican City in Rome is the smallest country in the world, and that is on our Italy journey as well. So let's get going. Why travel to Italy? Well, you'll get an opportunity to see ancient Roman ruins, Italian cities and villages, UNESCO World Heritage Sites, art and culture, such as the Accademia in Florence, incredible culinary experiences. We all love Italian food, and the finest quality of red wines. We will serve you wine in the regions you're traveling through. So an example is in our brochure, we have something called the Best of Italy. There are several different styles that we choose from. We have discovery journeys, regional journeys, country roads, and easy pace. Today, I'm going to talk a little bit about Best of Italy. So it gives you an opportunity to say that it's an 11-day itinerary. It's around $3,600 and the price per day. But I'm going to tell you by the end of this presentation how to get that price down because of the AAA member benefits. So if also you want to see how other people reacted to this type of itinerary, you can go on our site and look at the FIFO rating. FIFO is like the Yelp of cruising. So you can, our FIFO rating for the Best of Italy is 4.7 out of 5. So day 1 and 2, you're going to visit Rome, where you visit Rome and you go to the Vatican to go to the Bramante staircase, which is really an exclusive experience with Insight Vacations, the Sistine Chapel and St. Peter's Basilica. And the local guides have a walking tour through Rome, including the Trevi Fountain, the Pantheon, and the Piazza Navona. So all the sights and the insights. Now here's a VIP entry into the Vatican Museum. You'll see loads of people in the Vatican waiting in line to get in the doors, but not with Insight Vacations. With Insight Vacations, we have a VIP entry where you pass all those people and skip the line. Rome, you'll have an opportunity to see what Rome is really made of and how it was built all the way back to the Dark Ages, 3,000 years. Vatican City, gorgeous. This is the smallest country in the world. Look at Vatican City. The Catholic Church began with the construction of this basilica over St. Peter's grave in Rome in the 4th century AD, and 19 acres in size. This is St. Peter's Basilica. The Bramante staircase. We have access to the Bramante staircase, which is unsurpassed. It is a unique experience only offered by Insight Vacations. Here's another example. You get some great shots. The Vatican Museums. 4.3 miles of halls and corridors range from Egyptian mummies and Etruscan bronzes to ancient busts, old masters and modern paintings, all available to you. It's brilliant. It began with a group of sculptures collected by King Julius II. With over 9 miles of pieces which could wrap 4.5 times around the world, the Vatican walls, its 1,400 rooms and chapels and galleries constitute former wings of the Vatican Palace. It's just spectacular. The Sistine Chapel, remember, Michelangelo began to work on these frescoes for Pope Julius II in 1508. Replacing a blue ceiling dotted with stars. Originally, the Pope asked Michelangelo to paint the ceiling with a geometric ornament and place the 12 apostles in spandrels around the decoration, but Michelangelo proposed instead to paint the Old Testament scenes now found at the vault. There's no words to describe this. During Nero's great Christian persecution in 64 AD, St. Peter was martyred and crucified and buried in this location. And the Colosseum. And there it is on the inside. They're talking about putting the floor back in the Colosseum. It's truly spectacular. What a beautiful day this was with that photo. And Trevi Fountain, the infamous fountain. On a walking turn, it's designed by the Italian architect Niccolo Salvi, and it was completed in by Pietro Bracchi because he had passed. And it measures 86 feet high and 162 feet wide. It's the largest Baroque fountain in the city and one of the most famous fountains in the world. It's estimated 3,000 euros are thrown into the fountain each and every day. And the Pantheon. It's the former Roman temple, as you can tell by the columns, right? It's a temple which is now turned into a church in Rome, Italy, and the site of an earlier temple commissioned by Marcus. It is really an amazing structure. The best of Italy then takes us to Florence on day 3 and 4, where you'll have a walking tour of the Italian Renaissance. We taste vineyards from the local wines from the local vineyards, and we'll go to the Accademia Museum, and we'll have a guided shopping tour. We can't go to Italy without some little bit of shopping, and then we'll have a demonstration of some leather work as well. We'll go to San Gimignano. This is a walled city. In San Gimignano, you'll have some of the best cannolis you've ever had in your life. They're those little tube-shaped shells that are, has fried pasta and a cream inside. There's San Gimignano, and as a matter of fact, I can almost see it in the corner. That's where you'll get some of the best ice creams in the world. As a matter of fact, that's where gelato is from, and there's a line over there in the corner, up in the right-hand corner, of people that has some of the best gelato in the world. Florence is truly a beautiful city. You'll visit Tuscany and Umbria. It's the birthplace of Renaissance for sure. And you'll go to the Accademia and see Michelangelo's David, as well as have an opportunity to buy natural olive oils and a variety of flavors rivaling the wines. And then you'll have an opportunity to go to Venice on day 5 and 6, and en route you'll visit Pisa to see the Leaning Tower and in the Square of the Miracles, and you're going to have dinner at a local restaurant in Venice and the Arts Center, and a private boat tour in St. Mark's Square, Doge's Palace, the Bridges of Sai. You'll go for a romantic gondola ride and be serenaded if you'd like. Venice truly is an amazing place. It's one of my favorite places in the whole wide world, and you'll get an opportunity to see the lagoon and the Venetian Grand Canal. You'll also have an opportunity to stay at the Splendid Hotel. It's a wonderful hotel, and you'll be getting around by water taxi. And then you'll see the Rialto at the Grand Canal. That's the famous Rialto that's going over the canal. And then there's restaurants on both sides, as well as, believe it or not, a Saks Fifth Avenue. And then you'll have an opportunity to do some more serenading during a gondola ride. And the Bridges of Sai. If you don't know what the Bridges of Sai is, here it is. And what it was the location between the courthouse on the left and the prison on the right. And when the prisoners were convicted, they would go over to the jail, and they would cross that bridge, and they would all be like, oh, and hence the name, the Bridges of Sai. St. Mark's Square and Doge's Palace. St. Mark's Basilica. It's an amazing, amazing basilica. And basilica is just another name for a church. And St. Mark's Basilica was built in the year 1200, so it's very, very old, and you'll go inside and have an opportunity to see something spectacular. And I'm not going to give it away, but I'll just leave that on the tip of your tongue. The best of Italy also includes Assisi. On day 7, we'll go down to Assisi to St. Mary of the Angels, Mount Subusio, and we'll do a local expert with the Basilica of St. Francis. And Capri, on the Isle of Capri, we'll travel to Sorrento, and a local expert will take you into Capri with an optional cruise around Capri or a funicular. Here is the Isle of Capri. You'll have an opportunity to do a little cruise out there if you'd like, and I'll talk about those optional experiences and how the AAA member benefit will apply here. And you'll also see the Bay of Naples. as well as some of the ferry crossings in that bay in the Isle of Capri. And then you'll continue from Rome and return home, but you'll go via Pompeii, where you'll have an opportunity to visit with a local expert and visit the Forum in Rome. And you'll also have a celebration dinner. And here's an example of one of the celebration dinners that we've had in the past, local authentic dining. How do you experience Italy different with Insight Vacation? Here's an example, the Bramante Staircase, the Isle of Capri, the Basilica of St. Francis in Assisi, authentic dining. Look at that. Makes me hungry. Or if you're not want to go on more luxury route, you're welcome to try our Ultimate Italy experience on our Luxury Gold. Luxury Gold guided vacations are our highest end luxury 5-star hotels. Now let's go to Croatia. I wanted to talk a little bit about what we're offering in Croatia in 2021 and 2022. So in Croatia, the population of Croatia is right around 4 million people, and it was part of the former Yugoslavia, which was made up of 7 countries. And it truly is an area that all the people are English speaking. It's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful city. As a matter of fact, it's been in a lot of movies, little film locations like the Games of Thrones, Star Wars, The Last Jedi, Robin Hood, the newer version that was directed by Leonardo DiCaprio, as well as Mamma Mia. The people are wonderful. These are the top 10 reasons why we love Croatia. The wines. Wine in Croatia, there's 2 main regions for wine. There's coastal Croatia and the continent of Croatia, and they've been making wine for over 2,500 years. In spite of the country's really small size, it is home to over 300 wine regions. Most of the local wine is white, although you will find an occasional red or rosé. The inland regions are known for their fruity white wine. It's truly unsurpassed. You will really enjoy the wine in Croatia. The seafood. The Dalmatian coast, in particular, is famous for its simple seafood platters with things such as mussels and lobsters and shrimp and clams and squid. Its particularly popular dish is the fresh octopus salad, a wonderful, refreshing appetizer for those hot summer days. UNESCO World Heritage Site like the Plitvice National Park and Split and the old city of Dubrovnik. Here's a little shot of one of the national parks. And there's Split, that's number 4. And number 3, the islands and beaches and the turquoise waters, that blue azure water. Croatia really has more than 1,000 islands, with the largest ones being Cres, Krk, Rock, Vrh, Pag, and Korčula. And you'll get much better at pronouncing those than myself once you spend some time there. And then the history. It is just loaded with history. The history of Croatia dates back almost a millennium, from Greeks and the Roman influences to the Turks and the Ottoman empires. They all leave traces of their architecture, their art, as well as their cuisine. Dubrovnik, beautiful, beautiful, picturesque city. What a postcard. And how will you discover Croatia? How will you discover Croatia? Insight Vacations is the way to go. You can do the country roads of Croatia, or Dalmatian Elegance, or the Eastern Capitals and Dalmatian Riviera. There's many opportunities to discover Croatia in our Insight Vacation Europe and Beyond brochure for 21 and 22. We also have the Eastern Discovery, which includes Croatia, as well as Greece and Austria and Slovenia. And we have the Treasures of the Balkans, that includes Croatia. And then for luxury, you can take our luxury gold Captivating Croatia and Montenegro. And therefore you will be staying in the most luxury hotels in Montenegro and Croatia. So let's talk about the insight difference and the art of traveling in style. We talked about all of these things on what makes the insight difference. Today, we're here to provide you with some of the additional tools for selling or for going on one of our guided vacations. Unique experiences, like let's say when we're out in Croatia, we go on to Tomislav's family, and they live in Stone, and they've been raising oysters for years, and we'll go out in his boat and we'll have an opportunity to pull up some fresh oysters and have an authentic experience by having seat at table with Tomislav. We'll have wine and oysters fresh right out of the water. We'll have delicious, authentic dining no matter where you go. All of it is farm to table, locally sourced within 50 to 100 miles of where we travel. Never a frozen Cisco meat truck in front of one of our properties. It is all fresh, fresh, fresh. We stay in style. Here's an example at the Hotel Dubrovnik Palace. It's gorgeous. Look at that. So when you are traveling with Insight Vacations, our customers have the opportunity to hashtag their moments, hashtag Insight Moments. So you can go on our website or Instagram and look for Insight Moments, and you can see what other customers have actually pictured on Instagram so that you can have that authentic experience, not from a marketing professional or a professional photographer, but other guests just like yourself. Now, in spirit, you can have the opportunity to look at these offerings in our Europe and Beyond brochure, our premium guided journeys for 21 and 22, as well as the Americas. We're not just in Europe, we're all over the world. But I just wanted to show you what a 21-22 brochure looks like. It is available through the AAA website and clicking through Insight Vacations. And then remember, what our guests are saying is that we are 4.7 out of 5 FIFO rating. You'll see the FIFO rating for each one of our tours. Guests love Insight Vacations, and you can see their comments on our FIFO ratings. We are a Platinum Trusted Service Award in 2020, and we're very proud of that. So let's talk about some of the member benefits right now. Right now, Insight Vacations and AAA are doing a promo called Let's Get Back to What You Love, with saving up to $600 per person. For those of you who still would like to have an opportunity to travel in 2021, there's savings on every one of our departures up to $400 per person. So that's $800 per couple. And for 2022, it's up to $600 per person or $1,200 per couple. But the savings doesn't just stop there. We have also an early payment discount. So if you're willing to pay in full at the time of your deposit, we will give you an early payment discount. Also, if you're a past guest with Insight Vacations or Luxury Gold, we'll give you an additional 5% past guest discount. And then we have a member benefit all the time, all year round. But right now, we are doubling that member benefit for 2021 bookings. So if you book and travel in 2021, we are doubling that member benefit. The member benefit for AAA members is $40 towards an optional experience, meaning once you get to the destination, you'll have an opportunity to do an optional experience, such as going into the Isle of Capri or going down a funicular, and you can use that $40 towards that optional experience, because otherwise all the experiences are included. We're talking about optional experiences. And then we're doubling that, so it's $80, so that's $160 per couple. So that is really unsurpassed. Right now, we're doubling the member benefit for AAA members through the end of March. So I wanted to take the time to thank each and every one of you for joining me today on Insight Vacations and Luxury Gold, our little trip through Italy and Croatia. So let me turn it back to Nathan. Thank you.
Thanks, Matthew. One second. Having some tech. There we go. All right. I wanted to say thank you to you, Matthew, for all the great information that you shared with us today. We've had lots of conversations with our members about where they want to travel again once travel gets the green light. And Italy and Croatia are destinations that just keep coming up over and over and over again. And for many of those members, they've been to these destinations before, but they can't wait to get back and experience something new in these destinations. And I can't blame them. If you haven't had the opportunity to type in a question to the questions box yet and you have some questions, now it's a great time to do that. But before we get to the questions, I want to let you know how you can get in touch with us here at AAA. So you're more than welcome to contact us by phone. Our 800 number is listed there. When you call that number, you will get put in touch with a AAA travel professional in a AAA service center near you. If you've worked with one of our travel professionals before, definitely reach out to them. They're going to be your go-to person for planning your future trip. But if you haven't worked with a travel professional before, a great way to reach out to us is by email. And that is AAAtravel@AAAoregon.com. Just send us over your member number and a brief overview of what you're looking for on your next trip, and we can definitely pair you up with a travel professional that can help you out. You can visit us on our website at AAA.com, more specifically AAA.com/travel. This has tons of great resources for you and also information about all of our great our preferred travel partners, including Insight Vacations and Luxury Gold. And then you can also visit us at our service centers. They are open to the public right now. We're just asking that you call ahead and schedule an appointment just so that we can kind of manage the flow of traffic in and out of the service centers. We're still dealing with some fairly uncertain times, so we want to make sure that our staff and yourself are safe when visiting our facilities. So we are getting some questions come through right now. Matthew, hang on just a second.
Great, great. That's right. You can either phone in, email in, go to the website, or contact your favorite AAA travel counselor. They're very well versed on Insight Vacations and Luxury Gold, each and every one of them.
Matthew, our first question that came in was regarding dietary needs. Are you able to accommodate gluten-free, vegetarian, etc.?
That's a great question, Nathan. Absolutely. At Insight Vacations, we have the ability to do gluten-free, low sodium, heart healthy, vegan, not a problem. As a matter of fact, when you sign up for an Insight Vacation, you will have the opportunity to fill out a little questionnaire in regards to any special requests or dietary needs. It's not a problem with Insight Vacations and Luxury Gold. Great question.
Got to take myself off mute. You would think after almost a whole year of doing this, I would stop doing that. The next question was in regards to your pause. It was asking realistically, when does Insight Vacations plan on tours to Europe beginning again, as of right now?
Well, right now we're very hopeful. We have some tulip and springtime programs and windmills up in Holland, as well as so we're hoping to start in April and May this year. So especially since the vaccines are starting to take place, it really all depends upon the European Union, but definitely we're working on we have some departures that are going in April and May already that are ready to go unless something changes. And if something does change, that's not a problem. We will be accommodating for the guests.
Great. Another question is about the promotion, the Get Back to What You Love promotion, Matthew.
Yes.
You had mentioned that there was an offering for folks that were booking in 2021 and then also in 2022, I believe. There was 400 versus 600. Can you please go back over which
Sure.
was which year?
That's a great question too. As a matter of fact, our promo is called Let's Get Back to What You Love with Guided Vacations. And if you are traveling in 2021, we have promos that are up to $400 per person off. That's $800 per couple. And then the promo for 2022, so if you're booking for 2022 right now, the savings is up to $600 off or per person or $1,200 per couple. So it just depends on what year you're traveling in. So this program is operating, this promo is on till the end of March. So if you want to book now, this promo expires at the end of March. And once again, it's up to $400 off per person for 2021 travel and up to $600 off per person for 2022.
Great. Thank you so much for the clarification on that. The motor coaches that you use in Europe, Matthew, are they smoke-free?
Absolutely, 100% smoke-free, and so are our hotels. The motor coaches are owned by Insight Vacations, and they're Insight branded, as well as, remember, the Premium Purity Plus is applied on our coaches for safety and wellness.
Great. That wraps up all the questions. Oh, there's another one. Solo travelers, do you have single supplement?
Wow, thank you for bringing that up. I am so sorry that I didn't mention that. In 2021, we have and 2022, we have many Wave single supplement. You know, as a solo traveler, many people pay twice as much as everybody else because they're occupying a room. But not with Insight Vacations. We have waived and reduced single supplements for solo travelers. We're very excited about that. So please don't forget to ask your travel counselor about waived single supplements for an itinerary that interests you the most. And if a date is not available for a waived single supplement because it is capacity controlled, if you're flexible, we can always try another date for you as well. But yes, we do have waived and reduced single supplements. Thank you for asking.
Love that. Another member was asking about children on the trips. Do you allow children to travel with Insight Vacations?
Absolutely. We do have children's programs. Just ask your travel advisor. There are some times of year that are better than others for children. It depends on the age of the child, but I believe it's age 4 and up only.
And then there was one more question. Do you have any promotional offers for your tours that happen within the United States right now?
Absolutely. We have it's called the Americas brochure, and we have many programs. Matter of fact, that Get Back to What You Love is also available for the Americas as well, up to $400 off per person for 2021 and up to $600 off per person for 2022. That is combinable with the AAA member benefit as well as the early payment program if you want an additional 5% off. In addition to, it's also combinable with, if you're a past guest with Insight Vacations, we'll give you additional dollars off as well.
And this is my personal question, Matthew, but I know that you've been to Italy a few times. What was your favorite experience or favorite experiences, more than one, from your trip to Italy?
I'll be honest with you, I am so blown away when I go to Florence. Florence is my favorite city, major city in Italy. I like it better than Rome. Rome is just, it's really big, but Florence is a little bit more intimate. And one of the things that is really cool about Florence is going to the Accademia and seeing all of those works of art by Michelangelo, and you're standing this close to them and just being able to feel like you can reach out and touch that marble that Michelangelo sculpted. I could just stay there for days on end. the academia. And these pieces of art are out in the open, they're also inside, but it's just the art and the people that have walked before me. It just impresses me, as well as the food there. So it's the art and the food in Florence, Italy.
I love it. Like it would be, I haven't been to Italy yet myself, but it seems like it would be a very surreal experience. That's very, very cool. Well, that is the end of the questions that I have. Matthew, do you want to say anything before we close out for the day?
Well, I just wanted to tell everybody that, the world's a big and beautiful place, and with Insight Vacations and Luxury Gold, we give you unique experiences, unforgettable experiences that you will last a lifetime, that you will share with your family and friends and children and grandchildren. And we want to get back to what you love. And please trust in your AAA travel advisor. We are preferred vendors with AAA. We've been a great partner with them for many years, and that's one of the reasons why all of you are AAA members, because of the value that AAA brings to you and their products and services. So you will definitely enjoy Insight Vacations and getting back to what you love, and that's traveling in Europe and beyond, including the Americas. Thank you for your time today, everybody, and I can't wait to see you on an Insight Vacation trip. Thank you,
And I want
Nathan.
to thank you all again. Thank you, Matthew. And I want to thank all of our members again for taking the time to join us today. If you do think of any additional questions after the presentation, again, you're more than welcome to reach out to us here at AAA by any of the ways listed on the screen. And when you're ready to start talking travel again, please know that AAA will be here to help plan a seamless getaway for you and your travel companions. So thank you again for joining us, and I hope that you have a great day. Talk to you very soon.
Thank you. Bye, everybody.